We'll catch you back up on things. Look like a little shutdown for a minute. We might have lost the internet to our device here. Happens sometimes, so we'll catch you back up on things. See the score 11-10. Second chance opportunity here for the.
He's doing a good job of making UMPI shoot those long shots.
In the game, lovely local in travel play up there. Rogers with the rebound. He's one of the top rebounders in the conference.
That almost seems like an automatic call from,
yeah.
It's an anticipation thing. I don't necessarily agree that he was picking or dragging up that back foot. His front foot absolutely lifted up, but you can take a step. Emphasis in high school, and it happens a lot. Frequently they drag the back foot, but I don't know about there.
So below scoring game night, 11-10. Now lovely, he holds. In travel. Quentin Harris didn't get the ball down. So we've stalled here at 11-10.
Yeah, not much offense here for the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Rogers out high. Wilbur now. Wilbur way out. Goes left side. Caleb McGuire holds, looks for the cutter, forced it in.
Neither team really attacking with the ball off the dribble here. They've really done a kind of pass around the perimeter up on the top of the key, kind of kicking it back out, and getting a shot up at the top. But UMPI's done a little bit better job of taking the ball to the hole as of late.
That's a good take right there, and drew the contact. So free throws coming.
Awful lot of whistles here in this one.
Yeah, we were comparing it to the women's game that we had. I talked to Mike Parkhead, who was officiating that game, and he said, well, the kids, not a lot of reach-ins or anything else like that, so they were able to let things go and let the kids get a flow. It's not the way it is here, so Kevin Collins will get another one. Be shooting, when you look at the fouls, there's 11 fouls on the Moose and only 1 foul.
No, 7 fouls on them.
7?
Yeah.
Is there a light out?
Nope.
7 fouls on the Moose.
Yeah.
And 1 on...
1 on UMPI.
1 on UMPI, yeah. Okay. Ches got it. Mannix. Olaga. Rogers has got it. They're out on him. They shut off the baseline. That doesn't always make on the line.
Yeah, I think UMA's got to step up that backside a little bit. If they're going to enter the ball down into Rogers, somebody on the backside's got to cut because they'll be wide open because they're doubling him.
Yeah, that'd be a good place to put McGuire, have him swoop there. Chaz got it back out to McGuire. McGuire goes, no. Rebound is fought for. Mannix fighting for it. He's going to get called, I think, on the foul. Ball be on the baseline. No, they'll come down and shoot that. Foul's going to go his first on Mannix. So we'll be shooting free throws every UMA foul for the next 8:25. Put Zim in a hole. Only 1 foul, as we said, on UMPI. Nobody contested that because...
It's interesting. UMPI doesn't put anybody down in the box on free throws.
Yeah.
Good shot there by Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb had his mind set on that one. good to see Caleb get out of the gate like that. That's good. Came in 2 good defensive plays. He hits that bucket. At halftime, we'll have Greg Chesley's crew here from Lawrence coming down. 5th and 6th graders will be out there playing. What we're going to do is try to frame it up so you can see the kids running around the court. We won't pretend to provide any play-by-play for that. Steal. Lovely made the steal but couldn't get it home. Oh! That's going to be an unintentional shot to the jaw. Sometimes you spin, you don't know a guy's there, and I think that's the case right there, Nate. I think it was an unintentional whack. Cleared out Wilbur. Haven't played great for the last couple of minutes, but it's only they got a 2-point lead. So here comes Rogers, swoop-de-doo. That one. Good harassment defense that time.
Good job not fouling either.
Lovely. Launches one up, the left-handed southpaw. That might be redundant, left-handed southpaw. Saw him in his career at Winslow hit a few of those.
UMPI 0 for right now in the 3-point line.
Yeah. There's a 3-point shooter right there.
Yeah.
And a good, fast release by Wilbur, huh?
Yeah, he was kind of setting up there.
Yeah.
You could just tell by how he collected that ball he was going to fire it.
You know, and part of what you have there is you have somebody recognizing that. You know, the passer's got to recognize, you know, that his guy's where he needs to be, Nate. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
When you see a guy in his comfort zone like that, you know, get the shooter the basketball.
Yeah. UMA fired up right now, doing a really good job underneath. UMPI's continuing to try and pump the ball underneath and really work it. But good help side defense, doubling down on that underneath player and forcing them to take bad shots.
Left side. Well, since that time, I keep referring back to it was 8-3, and some easy looks for UMPI, and Coach Ford called a timeout, and he's got the kids back in digging around. Of course, the outside shot was Leonard.
Yeah, I'd say let them take those until they start hitting.
Kind of a lack of gusto pass. The guy hit a couple of those early. That's a nice pretty put back that time. Playing off the body was Kevin Collins and got it down home. 17-14. 6 minutes. No left pass. McGuire's got along the baseline. Tough move. Couldn't get it home. Rebound was pulled by Jordan Cook.
Yeah, Caleb initially had really good position, but kind of fading away made it easier for the defender to be able to put a hand up and get on the ball.
UMPI's shooting percentage is really not good here in the first half, and they've had opportunities, just haven't got it down. Top building come shooting, Nate. We've said that a lot of times.
Oh, absolutely.
Rogers holds out front. He's picked up his dribble, needs some help, gets it. Wilbur looks for a cutter, gets one to Chesley. Tough shot by Keith. Good check out. Board clear by Vakar. He's going to get it right side now. Linhard looking for some help, gets it across. Uncontested three. That was nice ball movement, and down for Nick Linhard. 17-17, we're tied. We'll play the next 4:50 to settle the first half. No travel action there as Malaga couldn't get the ball down. Garrett Alley back in the game.
I don't know how he traveled if he passed the ball.
Yeah, I thought he got rid of it before. I mean, he had 1 foot, right?
He got elbowed in the face.
I thought he had 1 foot stationary. I mean, I'm not sure. A little trap action here by the Moose. Comes weak side cutter. They couldn't get it to him. Now they'll spin it. Jump stop. Balaga's got it now. He's going to break the pressure. 2-point lead here for UMPI. Nice athletic play to finish.
You can see it here.
See Garrett way underneath and finishes. Missed the free throw. Come back to action. Nice skip pass in underneath and making some room for himself, but not able to finish was Maurice Harris.
Yeah, that shot underneath where you're taking your momentum, carrying you away from the basket's a little bit more difficult. You can see he kind of overcompensated throwing the ball across the rim rather than using the backboard.
Wilbur, Alley, looked to skip it inside, but they cut Keith Chesley off. Chesley with the pick for Rogers, gets it back outside of three, and it's home. Boy, nice finish that time. A little given.
Yeah, I'd really like to see
not go, but
the two of them get going, and the fact that maybe do the, set the ball screen, let Rogers come up and set a ball screen because he can sit back and hit a three, or Ches can go down and take the ball all the way down, or vice versa. It might be better vice versa, actually.
Yeah, a little two-man play. Skipped underneath and good help defense. And it's going to stay as the Owls. 22-19, 3:01 left here. We're in first half action. We thought this would be a pretty tightly contested game. Owls took the
sense, but UMA's doing a much better job defensively.
And underneath, he's got two for quarter. No, won't go. Rogers has got it. He's going to swoop, get fouled, and get harmed.
Well, this sequence is just going to be something to watch here.
Bingo, bango, bongo, where they went after the ball.
You see Alley go up, miss his first shot, try and get the other one. Rogers gets the rebound, getting fouled, and then boom, puts it up and gets it in.
Stay with us at halftime. We have the 5th and 6th graders from the Lawrence Youth Basketball Program. Keith Chesley directing that. Keith's father. So we'll put those kids on in the background, and we'll have our interviews as well. Garrett goes for the Academy Award.
I think you could have done a little bit better. If he just wasn't falling over, he probably would have gotten it, but he's kind of...
Well, he comes with batteries included because he had sound effects on that one. Way downtown wouldn't go. It's been tightly contested. Yeah, somebody yelled shooter. I think it was Coach Ford. He got that right. Jace Fakir is a shooter.
Yeah, just
24, 1-point lead here, 1:30 left. Fakir again. He's got another one. Yeah, he's Fakir is heating up. 2-point lead here for the Owls. The head. Fakir couldn't finish that one. He'd be better off home behind the 3-point line. And he got it home. Or was that? That was Keith. I'm sorry, Keith. So a little to Keith Chesley. We're under a minute. Collins got knocked off, but ball came back out. Well, that one, Fakir went off, and now he's got it. One shot, says Coach. There's about a half-second differential between shot clock and game shot, so that's inconsequential here.
Yeah,
A little hole for one, tied at 27. And the Moose will try to take the lead.
Yeah, those are the two guys who are on the same side.
So they got Rogers and cutting through. 5 seconds. Wilbur's going to take the three. Iron, no. Counted if it goes, and it was online, but did not go. So, decided 27-27.
Our goal here at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise your program or group the most amount of money possible in the shortest amount of time, hassle-free.
Over the last 3 years, we've been able to raise over $10,000 every year, which has really allowed us to get the extra stuff the kids really need to run a successful program.
One of our biggest goals at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to really develop a relationship on the ground with the coaches, the community, and the boosters that are involved, and help bring them together and understand how important it is to fundraise.
I didn't really think about going to college after high school. I didn't really know what I was going to do. I worked for a marine construction company, long hours away from home. It just wasn't working with raising my son. UMA offered what I needed. Great professors, a terrific price, and a learning center close to my home. I even played on UMA's basketball team. When I graduated, I got a job right away as a medical lab technician. UMA really helped me achieve my goals in life and in my career. I love UMA. I'm really proud, and so is my son. We are a UMA family.
The UMA is really affordable, really convenient. The sites are, I mean, everywhere. There was one up the street when we lived up in Norway, and there were people to talk to. There was help when you needed it, and you could also do it from home.
With the online classes and the ability to watch lectures via ITV over the internet, we were really able to fit school into our schedule. We are both UMA grads.
We're both UMA grads.
Stay close.
Go far.
We are a
I was stagnating in my job. I wanted to study computer science. I looked at other programs, both online and in the state. UMA was very affordable, fit my budget, fit my schedule. It's really geared towards a working person. The support was just amazing. I once emailed a professor on a Saturday night, and she called me back on a Sunday morning. That's UMA. I found what I really wanted for a career. I never would have done it without UMA. I am a very happy geek.
We're back here at halftime. We have the women joining us here at halftime of the men's game. Morgan Harrington, Corey Coro, both new to the program here this year. Corey, you came out firing tonight. Had some good threes here, didn't you? That was a good win for you girls.
Thank you.
So what have you been majoring in here for your first semester? This is your first year in school, right? You're just coming from high school. And so how has the adjustment been for you?
It's been hard, but also easy at the same time. Just keeping up with studies and basketball. I think I'm doing pretty well so far.
Well, you know, one of the things that we were saying on the year, Morgan, is that you girls travel together so much that it's almost like an extended family for you in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, it's funny because in high school, me and Corey, played opponents, so we were used to playing together, so it's kind of fun playing together now, actually being on the same team.
Well, we were mentioning, of course, the Richmond connection with Jamie, and then you played down at Richmond, of course, so you're familiar with playing out here, and you played a lot of games out here on the floor, too. Do you think sometimes, Corey, as a three-point shooter extraordinaire, that some of the kids come in here, it's a little tough with this background?
Yeah, it is pretty tough with this background, especially when it's kind of empty and you don't have much for cheering, because that's what most three-pointers thrive off of. They like cheering, they like the loud, they like the encouragement, so you just have to take it and go with it and get what you get. That's a good perspective. And of course, you're playing in underneath, and certainly that's a very different skill set there. And of course, you're probably going against Jamie in practice, some, are you? Is that what you're doing when you're scrimmaging and things like that?
Yeah, for the most part. It's very different from high school. It's so much more physical in college than it was ever in high school. So you just gotta know that and go for it. Refs aren't gonna call everything like they did in high school, so you just gotta play.
So how are you managing this particular week? Because I know it's almost getting into finals week, and you have a very busy basketball schedule, too. So you must have to learn how to manage your time.
Yeah, we learned how to get in our work at least a week or two earlier and study really hard for finals and really communicate with professors so they know when our games are and how we can work around to get our finals in and we can pass.
Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping up here, ladies, and continued success. We'll be following all the home games that you have here, right here on Munzing Media. So we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll have more halftime. We'll take a look at the 5th and 6th graders
from Lawrence out there running around on the Civic Center floor. We come back after this.
Our goal here at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise your program or group the most amount of money possible in the shortest amount of time, hassle-free.
Over the last 3 years, we've been able to raise over $10,000 every year, which has really allowed us to get the extra stuff the kids really need to run a successful program.
One of our biggest goals at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to really develop a relationship on the ground with the coaches, the community, and the boosters that are involved, and help bring them together and understand how important it is to fundraise.
be rocking over that bass trap. I'ma be chilling with my mother crew. I'ma be making all them deals you wanna do. I'ma be up in them A-list flicks, doing one-handed flicks. I'ma be shaking my head. No fly shit. Get this away. I'ma sing it that away. It's Frankie Bird, I'ma be here to stay. The 21st century, till the minute Rich baby, this shit baby, check me out. On top, never stop. Forget her. I'ma be an upgraded new literal. I'ma be an average double with soul. I'ma be worldwide international. I'ma be in Rio, back in Tokyo. I'ma be brilliant, with no millions. Million out a billion, and get back a trillion. I'ma be a bubble, but my name ain't leaning. I'ma be a bank, I'll be loading out stealing. I ain't been debt, baby, bouncing in checks, but I don't really mind when you bouncing in checks. I'ma be rich, baby. I'm sick with the flow and the goals to rock the whole globe. I'ma be the future, I'ma be the whole reason why you even wanna come to a show. You can see me while I'm rocking and I'm kicking out a dough. I'ma be up in the club, doing whatever I like. I'ma be popping that bubbly, cooling and living that good life. Oh, this way. All I need is a big this. He go by Bubba and he hit that different thing. Okay. Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got a real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance to go dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
give a message on the ads down there that both mouths for acclimated.
Welcome back. Getting set for second half action. Tied at 27. We've got 20 minutes to settle this one. Rob Munson, Nate Munson, Brittany on camera tonight. From the Augusta Civic Center, remind you, Wednesday, weather permitting, we'll be down to Southern Maine Community College for the home game that the Moose men will play against Pine Haven. Pine Manor. Pine Haven is a pet place. Pine Manor is school that they're going to play.
Pine Manor still sounds like a pet place.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll be down there for that one. That's a 7:30 tip-off. Then back here on the 11th, Thursday, EMCC will be in the women at 5:30, men 7:30. Good steal. And a couple of fouls during that transaction right there as Malaga made the steal. Dominic with a good job, and he got multi-fouled on the way down. He could have fouled out of the game on just that possession. So we'll see who breaks the tie first. Alley skips it to Rogers. They got everybody on Rogers. He dipsy-doos underneath to Alley. And
yeah, I'd like to see Rogers maybe up fake and then one dribble and then go back up. That extra pass in there is really kind of, you end up bringing guys to the ball that way.
Tipped away on the cross pass. They're trying to get it tipped away. So both teams being a little Lax with the basketball here. And now the Owls will look to make something happen, tipped away by Alley.
Yeah, it's funny. Both offenses are really having difficulty figuring out the defensive side, their opponent, what they're doing defensively. UMA's been steady with their 2-3 that they've been playing, but they've kind of made some adjustments, and it's really worked in their favor. On the flip side, UMPI's just done a really good job of forcing some turnovers here in the second half already.
Alley gets called on the foul on the drive. Kevin Collins, he'll go to the free throw line, shoot 2. Just underway here, second half. Played about a minute. No score here in the second half so far. Busy time of year for all the teams as they try to fit in these games during the first semester and then have the break time. We'll come back after the break for Moose basketball. Best place always to check on what's going on. You can be assured that if it's a home game from the Augusta Civic Center, that will be here. And I think we have one more game up at Eastern Maine Community College, but we can't get an internet signal out of there. So what we're going to go, and that's in January, I think, Nate. We'll go up there. We'll record that one and put it right up like we did the first game that we did there. So we'll actually put that up immediately when we head back home. Taylor Wilbur with the good pop. Tied at 29 now. Not sure what that is. Maybe
I think it was after the play. I think Wilbur pushed him.
Thrown away. Malaga's got into a couple of passing lanes there in the second half of action. He's doing a good job by Dominic.
Been feisty.
Takes it right side. Call him on the arm bar there then. That was less than high octane on it.
See, I would agree with that if I saw some extension, but it didn't.
Well, wasn't a great advantage gained, I don't think, anyway. Becerra has been the shooter. He can launch that one, couldn't get it home. Second chance opportunity. Moose defense inside has been good tonight.
Yeah, it has.
They're trying to get on Becerra because they know that he's a scorer. He's almost better out underneath. Second chance opportunity. Brandon McGill crashes one home. 31-29, 2-point lead. Token pressure here. Malaga's going to break that. Rogers didn't take the ball, got knocked away. So they have made a concerted effort. You got to think that's what they were talking about at halftime. Caleb McGuire is called on the blocking.
Yeah, UMA having a really difficult time trying to find a flow in the second half. It's kind of been broken up by either a foul, turnover. They haven't really gotten any offensive possession settled or going. Their lack of execution right now, big time offensively for these guys.
Collins will get a second one. And I think Coach Ford understands that as well, and he'll take the timeout. So won't we. We'll come back. You're watching Moose Basketball on Munson Media.
A lot of people who go to UMA are people like myself who are going back to school later in life. We have jobs, kids, mortgages, bills. UMA provides an environment for people like me to thrive. I was able to apply what I learned at UMA immediately. My boss took notice of what I was doing at UMA and gave me more opportunities. You start achieving and it feels good. The staff at UMA, their involvement with you doesn't stop when they hand you a diploma. They're still there providing guidance and mentorship, and that's really, really special.
Back here to the Augusta Civic Center, Rob Munson, Nate Munson. Well, you called it, Nate, and Coach thought the same thing as well, that Coach Ford thinking time for timeout, guys. Let's get settled in here, 32-29.
Yeah, when he did that in the first half, they came out a completely different team, and they put them ahead.
Yeah, they had an 8-3 deficit there, and they immediately went ahead and stayed ahead most of the half. Now this is the biggest lead of the night, 4 points. So we'll see what the Moose do after the possession there. they've really made a concerted effort to run at Rogers with most of the team here. Well, that'll help right there. Wilbur's hit a couple coming out here in the second half, and that will certainly open things up for Rogers if Wilbur's able to crash a couple of those down like he has. And Wilbur, he's got the rebound. Here he comes. It opens up for him. He went, and out of bounds, he'll stay Moose.
Well, I just don't understand how they didn't think that was a foul when his arm gets thrown back into his body and he basically hits the backboard with the ball. I mean, just a normal shot. The ball would never end up there without getting hit.
Impossible.
Yeah.
You get to Rogers. He's on the baseline, and he went to hit Chesley as he broke in and got away.
Yeah, a little stale there for that inbound play.
Well, they're trying to cut off Rogers' path, and, Brandon with a good play there, but it came back.
Oh, nice pass.
And nice finish. Maurice Harris, 35-31. Kick. That almost came back and bit Taylor Wilbur. Well, you heard Taylor, if you're watching the first game here, say how faster the college game is, and that's usually what folks find, is that kids find as they come up that everybody's pretty good. But Taylor's a good player, too. He's going to find his niche here, and he's making a nice pass there. Keith can't get it down. That's a good rebound.
Keith's been a little quiet tonight.
Yeah, he has. Still playing his good, steady defensive floor game. Rogers with it. Here comes Swoop. Nice follow.
I like that swoop.
Swoop Rogers. (35-33) steal.
Goes for all over him. Didn't like it.
Yeah.
Didn't like the play after.
Yeah, because Dominic's been really hustling to this half. He's got a couple. But Gale with a nice finish. 37-33. Keith to Rogers. Rogers on the baseline. Tried to dish it underneath and get away. This is Collins. Collins. Travel, I think. No going to call on the floor. Okay.
Good foul by Keith, though.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's exactly what you want. You want on the floor. You want to stop whatever momentum they've got going because he had an open layup. So.
Yeah, he did. Only first foul on Keith, too. Yeah, Keith's a good, smart player. He'll make a good coach if he ever decides to get into coaching. Ooh. Hello, house call. McGill right in the grill. 39-33. Boy, McGrill, really, that's a preset play there. Boy, he really went up. We'll save that one and give you a look at it sometime. Got some check-ins coming in here. Robert Foss in the game. I think it's Robert's first appearance. Rogers swoops, spins, up and home. Wowee. Well, we've already got the other one queued up, but we're gonna see McGill. Yeah, watch this. Back door. Whoop. They got him on radar over at the Augusta Airport. UFO. Then Rogers came back with a nice three-point play, 39-36. Lovely. Now in the game number 13 for the Owls. Good non-call. There's Keith tried to draw it. They can say either one, and Brendan McGill. Back-to-back, couple of nice plays here for the Owls. 41-36. Kicked outside. Foss now. Wilbur. Rogers. Keith goes hard. Runner, no. Rogers somehow swoops in for the rebound. Can't get the second one. Is all Owls under there. Nesting. Smith in the game. Sam Smith. He travels with it.
Yeah, I think Rogers is expecting a little bit more contact than he probably received there, and it's one of those ones where you're just trying to get the shot up and expecting to get the call, and the defender just kind of gave it to him, and he ends up throwing a little bit short.
Keith out front. Garrett goes hard and strong and puts it home. A bull rush by Garrett Alley.
Yeah, a little uncharacteristic of Garrett to be able to take that, the under swoop and dig that foot in, go to the basket. What a good play that was.
Surely was. Now Keith's got it. Advantage. Rogers had a three. Now he swoops to the baseline, and he gets blocked. So a little run by the Owls, matched by the UMA comeback here.
Get to see that play by Garrett Alley here.
Oh, boy. He was just determined here, huh? What a play by Garrett, huh? Put that one on the highlight reel, Garrett. Back to live action, Rogers. Good rebound by Quentin Harris. This has been, I wouldn't call this artistic, but entertaining, yeah.
Yeah.
They're after each other, 41-38, as you see. Here's your shooter. Garrett, another rebound. 3-point lead for the Owls. Voss. Rogers. Inside, it's to Garrett. Garrett's home.
That's Garrett Allen.
Boy. Good contributions both into the floor by Garrett here in this 5-minute stretch that he's playing. He's in a muscle tussle royale inside. Garrett is possessed. He just cleared out. He looked like a bull moose looking for a rut. Got timeout. We'll take the timeout. We'll come back. More from basketball at the Augusta Civic Center after this.
Our goal here at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise your program or group the most amount of money possible in the shortest amount of time, hassle-free.
Over the last 3 years, we've been able to raise over $10,000 every year, which has really allowed us to get the extra stuff the kids really need to run a successful program.
One of our biggest goals at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to really develop a relationship on the ground with the coaches, the community, and the boosters that are involved, and help bring them together and understand how important it is to fundraise.
We're back here. See the huddle, the Moose Huddle. Remind you, Wednesday, weather pending. Although the forecast is calling for more rain than snow, particularly as you head down south. So we'll play that by ear on Wednesday. For sure, we're back here Thursday for a doubleheader. 5:30 tip-off for the women. EMCC here. So we had a little juxtaposition of the scoreboard. Nate thought he had it right all along and made some adjustments, and we are at 43-40. And it's Moose basketball. Voss. Wilbur thought that Alley was going to go to the basket. He didn't, so the ball turned over. 3-point shot coming in off the bench, as we said. Sam Smith in the game. Hits a three. 46-40. Voss got cut off and got it back outside to Keith. Here's your 3-point shooter. Boy, that was nice patience by Voss, wasn't it? Boy, he just couldn't find anything looking inside. And, boy, Robert did a good job with the ball that time. And Wilbur did a good job. He ran the baseline, came from one side to the other, got himself open, and got the 3-point shooter. That's nice execution on the other end, and the finish for Quentin Harris.
Yeah, I think he realized once he turned the corner there and realized he hit a golden wall of tall guys, so he brought it back out and started that whole offensive possession.
Rogers, they'll fight for the rebound underneath. Garrett was in there, but he got his hands out of there so he wouldn't get called on the foul. Foul situation 4-4. Both teams in good shape here. Good ball movement here by the Owls. They seem a step quicker right now. Moose and Mann trying to step it up. Shot clock's at 10. Five now. This will need to be a shot. And it's going to stay Owls with 1 second on the shot clock.
Yeah, good job here defensively by UMA, keeping the ball extended away from the basket and forcing a long offensive possession.
So we're going to have a quick timeout. We'll take the quick timeout too, and we'll be back to basketball after this.
I was stagnating in my job. I wanted to study computer science. I looked at other programs, both online and in the state. UMA was very affordable, fit my budget, fit my schedule. It's really geared towards a working person. The support was just amazing. I once emailed a professor on a Saturday night, and she called me back on a Sunday morning. That's UMA. I found what I really wanted for a career. I never would have done it without UMA. I am a very happy geek.
Our goal here at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise your program or group the most amount of money possible in the shortest amount of time, hassle-free.
Over the last 3 years, we've been able to raise over $10,000 every year, which has really allowed us to get the extra stuff the kids really need to run a successful program.
One of our biggest goals at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to really develop a relationship on the ground with the coaches, the community, and the boosters that are involved, and help bring them together and understand how important it is to fundraise.
We welcome you back to the Augusta Civic Center. Rob Munson, Nate Munson, Pretty Bourgeois running our camera. 48-43, 11 minutes. And 1 second left in the second half of this Monday night game from the Augusta Civic Center. We're glad you joined us here on the Munson Media live stream account for Moose Basketball. They did get the shot off. That was nice.
None of the officials made any motion to stop the play, and it wasn't even close to hitting the rim. I don't know if they were all looking at each other on that or what, but there was...
It's anybody's call, right? I mean, that's not one of those territorial things. That,
No.
and I don't pretend to know the ins and outs of the three-man officiating system or who calls what and things of that sort. So,
Did you see Coach Jim Ford on that one?
Yeah.
He had the call right away.
yeah. He was up in the rafters jumping up. Garrett Alley underneath, couldn't get it home.
Yeah, good position, too.
Head of the pack, now comes Kevin Collins, and the lay-in. Easy basket that time as they broke on it. Biggest lead of the night here for the Owls is they're up by 7. Voss skips it to Rogers. They have a good job on Rogers in the second half. And player control, offensive foul called on Rogers.
They have a good scheme. UMA's got a great scheme right now. They know that the double team's coming over to Rogers. It's a matter of Garrett's got to get over onto that front side box and be able to seal his man, because they'll have the backside open.
Yeah.
They'll have Garrett open. They'll have a 2-for-1, but no one's been able to get down there.
Check-ins here now for the Moose. Taylor Mannix in the game now, along with Jordan Carson. Carson, 44. Taylor Mannix, 24. Wilbur stays in. Caleb McGuire in, so some new guys in. Looks like they want to pick up the maybe defensive tempo a little bit. Well, the Owls have had a nice 4-minute run here. Thrown away. Good hustle.
Yeah, they're just playing more hustle right now. You nailed it.
Owls out by 10, biggest lead of the night for them. Wilbur with a kick. Well, part of it is the Owls are a little deeper, Nate, and they've been able to go to the bench. And, Chesley had played the whole game, and Rogers had played the whole game. So they wanted to get those guys a break and still try to keep it under control a little bit so they can come back in. It's a ticklish situation. And there's a good play right there. The step in Taylor Mannix on the steal, and that's exactly what Coach Ford was looking for. Now you've got to see where the offense is going to go through, and you think it's probably right here. Wilbur would be the offensive catalyst in this set, and maybe McGuire. That's a tough shot, and good hustle, and it's going to go to the Owls.
Yeah, it's tough. UMPI's tall. They've got those big men down there.
Yeah.
One, they're tall. They've got long arms, and they can leap, so they're contesting all those shots from the elbow. Usually Caleb's okay. He can shoot over the top of people, but not against these. They match up really well against them.
You get the long arms of, McGill and Maurice Harris, Kevin Collins. Long guys in there. 10-point lead. Nice skip pass. That was pretty and a finish. Very nicely finished by Kevin Collins.
And a great entry pass.
Oh, what an entry pass by Leonard. Pretty play. That skip pass always is a nice basketball play. And this pullback on... I've never seen it, Nate. There must be some strategy involved in it.
You can imagine you're going to get a couple buckets off of just that weird hop, the one that always skips over the guy's head, and you get a rebound.
Right.
Maybe it just, philosophy would change within a 4-minute period or something like that.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Probably if it was the end of the game and you were behind or something, you'd probably put some guys down in there, I would think. I guess it lets you get set up. Came off and bounced around. McGuire's got it back and lifts it home. Moose needed that one.
They did.
Now they got to get on the D end. 56-45.
You can imagine Brandon's got to get back in this ball game here.
Yeah, I got to think another minute or so, about the 8-minute mark. You got to think. Coach Ford wants these guys to dig in on the D, and they'll trap, and they do. Nice job on the trap, but a lucky bounce that time for the Owls, and it causes a foul. Boy, they got what they wanted there. They got the trap, but it just wouldn't get to them. The ball stayed loose.
There are only so many parts on the court which are really kind of conducive to trapping. Baseline corners, those are the spots, and that's exactly where the ball got entered. And a good job by the guys from UMA to go ahead and bounces just right and ends up back into his hands, and he's able to draw the foul.
First one went out. McGill hit the second. 57-45. Voss. Comes Brandon and Keith in the game. McGuire tried to keep it loose. Owls on the attack. That looked funny. And it was.
Yeah, he was in between a jump stop and taking 2 steps. So good call.
Rogers has got it. Goes on the take and gets fouled.
And they should try and get Brandon the ball up at the corner at a 45 at the key every time, because if he's on the left side of the basket, he's so good to go into the right side and working all the way across the rim. He's drawn the foul, or he'll make it. He'll convert 3-point plays. So they got to really work on getting him the ball there, because that seems like a favorite spot of his to be able to work from.
Yeah, and if they overcommit to that right side of his, I mean, he'll just get up there and hang, and he'll go left side as he's in the air. The really good players get up in the air, and then they're able to figure out what the heck they're going to do. Almost like they can make mid-flight adjustments. So they come back with the pressure. Skipped inside, nice feed and finish. Chase Fakir with a nice finish. A nice bounce pass inside. He's made a couple of those, as has Leonard. Into the bigs inside. Bigs have finished nicely here in the second half of the Owls, Nate. That's been one of the differences here. They've played much better inside. 59-47. 7:25 here in second half action. Taylor Wilbur. Rogers, they played off him, so he took the 3. It's loose and picked up by Chase Fakea. Yeah, backcourt violation. McGuire will check out. Garrett back in for the Moose. Pick for Foss. Wilbur, they'll come right out on him because they recognize now he's a three-point shooter. Keith has got it inside and finishes. Put back by Keith Chesley, and let's see what the defensive scheme is. They got it down to 10. 6:45 left. Here comes a trap. Pop and netted outside by Maurice Harris.
Yeah, and if you're a UMA, you want the ball to go to Harris on there, not expecting him to make that shot. So it's a good shot by him to be able to put that down.
Coach Ford is beside himself. And it's an easy basket down the other end for Kevin Collins. And Coach Ford's still got his hands on his hips, and he's got a stare down. Roger Poolen's not looking at him. He still wants an explanation of what's going on here. You know, Keith took it down the lane, and it looked like he got more than bumped. You know, and that's a pivotal one that goes down the other end for an easy lay-in here for the Owls. We'll let you know. We'll be Wednesday night. We'll be down to Southern Maine Community College for the men's home game down there. Of course, they can't play all their home games up here at the Civic Center due to commitments up here at the Civic Center. They only always play the home doubleheaders. They don't play any home single games up here because I believe the rental is probably about the same for a single game, a double game. So sometimes they play those on the road. So we're picking those games up this year. The second one of the season will be Wednesday night. So we'll be down there. 7:30 tip-off. Then on Thursday, we're back here for Eastern Maine Community College doubleheader. That one will be a 5:30 women's start, 7:30 men's start here on Munzing Media. Your home for Moose Calls all season long, Munzing Media. Glad to work with the fine folks up here at UMA. Warren Newton, always so helpful for us. Renee Grant, all the support staff. And Garrett's inside. Garrett's played a good, strong game here tonight. You see Garrett. Garrett is a different person in the ads you see there when he's gentle spoken and all that. Garrett is quite a competitor, as you see there. He plays hard all the time. 64-51. Moose looking to do some trapping here. The Owls are content to take some time off the shot clock, and there's your shooter. And that's what happens. We said it in the women's game. When you get running around, you leave three-point shooters open, and Chase Fakea is one of those guys.
Yeah, because Chase is just going to sit in the corner that he likes to be in. And like you said, Rob, as soon as you get overextended and you're leaving guys and you're getting behind the play, then he's just going to stay settled until he receives the ball for an open three. And that's kind of the problem with that trap right now. I mean, you still have, you got the shot clock, so you're going to have two possessions or a possession per minute here, and you're still within that kind of zone and time and the distance and the gap of the score that you don't necessarily have to go to that quite yet because, I mean, it's hurt you more at this point than it probably if you were sitting back and playing in your regular 2-3 or even just trying to play in a man.
67-52. You got to hit the freebies. Like he skipped through there. That was a good, strong play underneath. I don't know how he got it up, Maurice Harris, but he was getting fouled on the way up and threw a backboard breaker up there. He'll shoot the lonesome free throws. Surrounded by Moose Well, it does speed up the free throw process because you don't have to go shake hands with everybody.
I do like that.
Which drives me crazy. You know, some guy misses one, he like clanks it up, and everybody comes over and says, "Good job, do it again." I don't understand it. I don't know why you congratulate somebody when they don't when they do something that's not that good. I don't know. Maybe it's encouragement. I don't know. 69-52. Well, nice hustle play, but not able to keep it in bounds was Maurice Harris, and made a good block there.
Yeah, UMA's got to get shots up quick now to try and preserve some time.
Threes if they can line him up. Here's your three-point shooter, and he's a guy. You know, try to put him as a lonesome end, so to speak. You know, put him as a, behind the three-point line. Try to rotate the ball to him and trying to buy something there, but not going. We got guys tumbling like pickup sticks.
Goodness.
Oh, my God.
That's 3 consecutives.
That looked like dominoes. That was like dominoes coming down the floor. I've never seen anything like it. Bring this whole sequence up here. Watch this.
That was the first one.
Things had in our favor. He's not that happy. You can see Coach over at the bench. He's just coming back into the bench while we're running the replay there. The dominoes, and not the pizza dominoes, the old-fashioned black and white domino things. Muncie Media busy week here, but that's not all we got going. We're going to have a good high school basketball game. We're a high school basketball fan. Friday night from the John A. Bergoli Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Gardner High School, we will have Rivals Night as the Winslow Black Raiders will come into town after a tremendous game against Maranacook to start the season. It's good in the high 70s, I believe, and they have got Mr. Mon, who's one of the best players in Eastern Maine, maybe statewide. So you'll get to see him. And the Gardner Tigers are a good deep team here. They're fighting early season injuries, but that should be a really good game. That game will tip off at 6:30. We'll be on the air about 10 minutes before. Rogers goes up, lays it no. Garrett in a muscle maneuvering underneath.
Well, good job there by Keith to get the ball down, find the mismatch. It's Brandon Rogers versus Vaccaro there. You know, the height advantage automatically and be able to feed Brandon to get shots up quick, and Garrett with the good job on the backside to be able to get that rebound. Stop the clock with the foul. Foul shots have really killed UMA here at this.
Boy, remember the other night they were just, the last game that we did here, they were dead on from the free throw line. Owls will use some shot clock. Boy, that was a nice rejection by Rogers. Got fouled.
Yeah, every time they got to go down to the box, down to Rogers, because he's going to get the ball. They haven't done anything to prevent him from getting an entry pass, and he can jump over everybody. So he's getting shots up, and he's drawing the fouls too, which is going to stop the clock at this point.
Well, he's got a little more spring. You know, when he starts off the game, he's got a lot of spring. I mean, he doesn't get any rest, and Coach got him out there for about a 4 or 5 minute rest, and he comes back in. He's got the. They go back over there on the bench and they tighten those springs back up. He comes back in. He's jumping out of the building again. (71-57), and here comes the full court trap. Now the Owls have done a good job. They're a well-coached team. They really execute well, don't they? And they, you know, they don't panic, and they, you know, that's always a sign of a well-coached team. Coach Holmes doing a nice job, and they're just there executing. And you know, you can tell teams sometimes they panic with the ball. It looks like a hot potato, and they're just handling it very well. Probably not the shot they want as it went clanky. Second chance opportunity. That was new shot clock too, so. And that caused the foul to have to happen with 3:25 left. Moose were playing some pretty good defense, and the ball came out loose and right back to the Owls.
Yeah, that's one of those unfortunate things from a bad three-point shot. This is how far extended the rebound's going to come, because all UMA's
Got them both. 73-57. Wilbur from outside. You know, one thing in the Moose's defense, they have been playing a lot of basketball lately at the Norwich tournament over the weekend, and then they get back here in the game Monday night, and they're just, you know, those multiple games with a shorter bench, really, you start the game with a great deal of energy, but, you know, you tend to lose it a little quicker there when you've played multiple games like the Moose have.
Yeah, you can really tell in their trap defense they're kind of getting to the ball a little bit late to be able to put the pressure on somebody to force the pass that you.
Keith jumps in, takes the charge and turns the ball over.
Well, it's 2:31 left. They're down by 13. They need some quick shots, and they need some big threes to kind of get back into this.
We just think maybe that's what they're going to do is launch them up
and rebound.
And Garrett will put one home, so that's a quick one. Now you got to get the pressure. Almost need to steal here. Pretty good pressure in the backcourt. Wilbur almost got it. Now it's broken. That was a killer. That kid's an assassin.
Yeah.
Fakir is an assassin.
A little bit more sense of urgency here offensively. Bring the ball up, I think. You got to get it up, get shots out right now.
So we're tied at the half. Owls came out with a little surge at the start of the second half, and then you may match that, but then it's been mostly Owls from probably the
beyond the halfway point.
Yeah, beyond the halfway point, they've really solidified, got the lead and solidified it, and you know they're going to get themselves a hard-earned win here tonight. I think it was to play the bigs in the second half. Turn that around a little bit. Here comes Wilbur to Ches and out of bounds. Ches just couldn't get it soon enough to be able to get up and get it down.
Yeah, it's a tough one to handle. It's coming so quickly and it's down, by your knee to be able to bring it out from your knee in such a quick fashion and put a layup in is asking a lot.
Little keep away now by the Owls. Rogers with the rebound. Maurice Harris couldn't get it home. Mannix. Ches. Spin move. Rejected from behind, and swooping in was Maurice Harris for the... I have no idea what that was. That was not... Was that you singing, Nate?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what that was. Wasn't Brittany, was it? Keith with a three. Uh-oh, little foul there. Going to be a push. Coach Mike Holmes not happy with somebody not rotating the ball. You don't want to leave somebody on a deserted island. And that's exactly what happened there, and they're lucky to get the foul called. So. 77-65. Got quiet here, Nate. I'd let the quiet go because I wonder if I was missing. Sometimes it gets quiet. It's because you're missing something. I want to take a look around. Here comes Rogers. Brandon goes baseline. Get checked. Checked into the boards. So Rogers will get 2.
We're going to skate to one song only.
Had the audio guy in the middle.
Yeah.
Foul shot, turn the music on. You're supposed to do that for the away team, not the home team.
Oh, oh gosh. That's twice. I don't know what that. I didn't know whether we were playing Name That Tune. I have no idea what that tune is, Nate. Now, if they played a little Simon Garfunkel, I'd be all over it. But you don't hear Simon Garfunkel much at basketball arenas. I don't know what it is. It's not anybody's warm-up.
See, now, during these foul shots, it'd be totally appropriate to play music.
Yeah, and then say, sorry.
Yep, my bad.
Yeah.
Let's see what we get from the audio guy here in the green. He's a little gun shy, I think.
Yeah. I think he's hiding his hands behind his back. Oops. So the Owls are going to have a win to take home North to Presque Isle as they will win this one. We're going to get
I think it's a little bit out of control.
Yeah, a little out of control. So I think Coach Ford wants to take the time out, get things to settle down a little bit. So we'll let you know that Wednesday we'll be down to Southern Maine Community College. We'll be down there. That's a home game against Pine Manor. And then back here Thursday night, Eastern Maine Community College. So I think, 9/10 of second left. I think it was just Coach wants to say, hey, listen,
yeah,
let's put it away. We played hard. Yep. Yeah, keep it in check. Good preventive coaching. You don't want anything to break out. It's been a, I wouldn't say over physical game or anything, Nate. I mean, they've been getting after each other, but. So we'll get an inbounds and let it come in. And that will do it. So thank you for joining us here from the Augusta Civic Center for this Moose Call. Split tonight for the Moose as the women win over the University of Maine at Presque Isle, and the Owls from UMaine Presque Isle beat the UMaine men. So we'll be back here again Thursday night for a doubleheader starting at 5:30, and weather permitting and all that with the storm coming Wednesday night from SMCC. For all of us here at Munson Media, good night, everybody.